Welcome to Metal Invaders, with your host as always, Warlock Sonny Bellavance. This week I present a special edition of Metal Invaders as I receive Mr. Andy LaRocque, lead guitar since the whole beginning of the solo careers of King Diamond with the album Fatal Portrait. Andy also played with the band Death as the lead guitar on the album Individual Throat Pattern. Andy also played as a guest musician with At the Gate, Evergrey, Dimmu Borgir, Falconer, and many other bands. Mr. LaRocque owns Sonic Train Studio in Varberg, Sweden.
Correct.
You have produced a lot of bands as Ancient, The Ensign Machine, Evergrey, Falconer, Lord Belial, Triple X, the latest effort of Snowy Shaw. Is that right, Andy?
That's right.
Okay.
I had a lot of bands here in the studio, and there has always been some bands that I actually did not produce, like Hammerfall, for example. You know, it is one of the bands who just came here to use the studio. But I mean, through the years, it's been like 15 years. I probably produced, I don't know, a couple of hundreds of bands, you know.
Wow.
Everything from like demos to full productions, of course.
We see that you are a very buzzy man. And on what project are you working currently?
I'm actually working on 3 different projects kind of at the same time now.
Wow.
I'm working on the debut album on a band called Nox Aurea. It's a Swedish doom metal band. It's spelled Noxaurea, I believe. Very interesting music, very, very heavy. And then I'm working with, I'm doing the mix for South American band called Sacrilegio.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing the mix with that. And I have a project in the computer also with a band called Marianne Cotton, which is actually the bass player of King Diamond, Hal Patino's son.
Yeah. I
He's
heard about
got
them.
a project called Marianne Cotton, so we're working on that also at the same time, you know. So it's like differs from day to day, more or less, right now, you know.
Very, very buzzy. And
very, very busy.
And you appear on this project as a musician?
Yeah, actually on the Marianne Cotton, you know, I helped him to put down some melody guitars and stuff like that, you know, but that's about it, I guess.
Great.
And on that project, Snowy Shaw is playing the drums, for example. And actually Pete Black, the old King Diamond guitarist, is playing the rhythm guitars on that.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so we kind of got together, you know, there to help Jackie Patino out.
Very, very fine. Do you
Yeah,
have
it's
any
a little
time?
different from the music that I usually record and produce in the studio. But it's really good stuff, you know, I like it.
Yeah. I heard, I don't remember the name of the guys, but he's from Sweden and he's doing the Family Ghost, and it was recorded and mixed to your studio, I think.
Oh, yeah. That's the Nypon and Blylod.
Yeah.
That's the Swedish pronouncements, you know. 2 guys mostly, you know, they were here like, must have been more than 10 years ago, I believe.
With all this project, Andy, do you have any time left for hobbies, and what they are, if any?
Hobbies? I don't know. Well, you got to do something different, you know, otherwise you go crazy because there's so much music in your head, you know, and but I don't really know if I have hobbies. Maybe drinking wine.
Yeah, you need
or drinking beer, maybe. There is not much time over for hobbies, you know. I mean, before I started with the music full time, you know, the music itself was actually my hobby.
Yeah.
But nowadays, you know, it's not much. Just seeing friends, you know, and stuff like that. That's probably what you have time to do, you know. I mean, that's the only time you have left, you know. And you go see friends and stuff like that, and maybe just relaxing on a beach or go somewhere, travel somewhere, you know, and just relax, you know. I still love traveling after so many years traveling out throughout the world, but I still enjoy traveling, actually.
How have you ended up playing in King Diamond?
It's a kind of a long story, but back in the old days, me and Mickey played in the same band in Gothenburg, Sweden. And then he got together with some Danish guys, Swedish and Danish guys, who actually lived down in Copenhagen, rehearsing and all that stuff down there. And Mickey then met the guys from King Diamond or Merciful Fate, and then he joined King Diamond, and they needed a guitarist, and Mickey kind of knew how my playing style were and all that, so Mickey called me while they were in the studio recording Fatal Portrait, actually. And this was back in 1985, so we're talking a long time ago here.
Yeah. And you still in contact with Mickey?
Mickey?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely. He was actually supposed to come down here in the studio in a week or two, I guess, to listen to some of the stuff that songs and stuff, because we talked about maybe he wanted to do some drumming on a couple of songs here, on something that's going to be a really good thing in the future.
Ah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't wait to hear this.
Mm-hmm. It's metal.
Yeah. Through all these years, you have been the one remaining member in King Diamond. What are your favorite experience with King?
Favorite experience?
Or any funny or strange story from being out?
Strange stories?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I mean, small things happen, but it's kind of hard to say if I have a favorite thing, I don't really know about that. There are small things happening all the time, kind of thing,
Yeah.
So I can really pinpoint one thing,
So many things happening.
Many things have happened, that's for sure, especially during the recording process, it seems, the small things is like, wow, what was that? That was kind of weird, and, small things happening, or, that's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
I can't really give you an example right now, but a few weird things happen throughout the years, that's for sure.
Yeah. Talking about the studio, when you are in the studio and recording a new album with King Diamond, how do you proceed?
Yes.
Do you record all the guitar together with mic or are you recording all apart? How do you usually proceed?
When we start writing the songs, we put down some, cue guitars or whatever you call it, just like a basic demo guitars,
Yeah.
But it's still going to be so good that Matt will be able to play his drums on the guitars together with the click track. And then whenever he's done with the guitars, with the drums, we start doing the guitars on that. And we usually do that. I mean, we've done that for the last couple of years, in Dallas, Texas, where King lives and the drummer lives. Cool. And also on I think the maybe last 3 albums or so, Mike Weed is actually recording his solos back home in Sweden and just send us the stuff. Hal Patino is coming over for the bass parts. And when all the basic recordings are done, guitars, bass, and drums, we go back home for a while, and then King is doing the vocals in the studio for a couple of weeks. And then we get together, me and King, and do the mixing, also in Dallas, Texas.
Interesting. Is there any stuff that you already wrote for the next King Diamond albums?
Yeah, I actually have a few suggestions. I probably have like maybe 3 or 4 songs, that could be used for King Diamond for the next album, for sure.
Cool. And in which of all King Diamond album would you consider to be your favorite, and why this one?
I think one of my favorites, because there's, it differs kind of, but one remaining favorite is probably the Abigail album, because it has a very special atmosphere around the whole, recording and the whole process around that album, It's very, very unique, and I still remember the recording process and the atmosphere very well, so I mean, you can actually hear that on the album, and it's a lot of people who, keep telling me this, like, wow, the Abigail, it's very, very special, and you can really tell that you guys were in the right recording mood and all that, And yeah, you're right, because it's right there, it's captured on the album.
Yeah, and as you said, we can feel it when we heard, when we listening to the album.
But then when it comes to I don't know, I'm playing and sound-wise and stuff, there might be other albums, that's also favorites, like the last one, I dig that very much too, because it sounds good and it's modern, and good playing and good songs and all that, so. But Abigail is probably one of my, remaining favorite albums.
This is Zappin from the Black Metal Tyrants Cult of Azazel, and you're listening to Metal Invaders on RadioFreeSatan.com.
Is this thing on? All right, is this thing working now? You got it? All right. This year's Citizens Against Decency Book Award goes to Stephanie Crabe and Motel Bazaar. It's, yes, excuse you. It's not just a photo book of truck stop lesbians, wacko cult leaders, racists, trannies, and the grossly obese. It also has tits in it, which I can appreciate. Without further ado, CAD Award for the Advancement of Immorality in Books. Stephanie, where are you, darling? Come on up. What's that? I was supposed to go back there.
Motel Bazaar by Stephanie Crabe, available through scapegoatpublishing.com.
Yeah, I'm back on the phone with Mr. Andy LaRocque, lead guitar for King Diamond. Is your approach when producing an album for another band is different than with King Diamond, and how?
It's hard to say, but King Diamond's got a very unique sound. So, well, it's hard to say, really. A lot of bands I have in the studio nowadays, it's got a more modern kind of way of thinking. I mean, for example, they tune down quite a bit, which makes everything sound a little different.
Mm-hmm.
And be also different vocal style and all that, that's different, of course, but when we work with King Diamond, we go into details very, very much. And another thing is that we spend probably more time with King Diamond than we usually do with bands here in the studio, because most of the bands that come in the studio have a very limited budget nowadays.
Yeah.
Compared to, for example, for like 10 years ago when the bands had more money to spend in the studio, which also make it sound really good, But an average band today has maybe half of the budget what they had like 10 years ago, maybe not even that,
Yeah.
So that's also kind of a difference. You got to do things faster nowadays, and especially if you compare it with King Diamond, that.
Do you think that it's internet that kill, the not killing literally, but
yeah, the downloads and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because people, they just don't want to pay for the music anymore. That's my opinion about it. And that means that the record companies doesn't get paid, and the record company can't pay the artist. So it's as simple as that.
Yeah. I really enjoyed, as many other fans, your work with Chuck Schuldiner and the band Death.
Mm-hmm, thank you.
How was Chuck both as a friend and a musician?
I thought Chuck was really, really good, actually. I didn't really know Chuck before I flew over to Florida and recorded the stuff with them, but I mean, we got to know each other real good, and we kept in touch, a couple of times every year, until he died.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was a really good guy, actually. Very, very nice, down to earth and all that, so super nice guy.
It was a fantastic album. We all know that.
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
Yeah, fantastic album, as I said. It's really enjoyed by many. I'm still back on the phone with my special guest, Andy LaRocque, lead guitar for King Diamond. And I would like to say a special good day to all the people on the Coven worldwide. Most of all, the question here came from you guys. So a big hello to you all. What do you think of the fan in Quebec in general?
Cool, man. I really like it.
They are like...
In general, I must say I like Canada, It reminds me a lot about Sweden, actually.
Yeah. That's what I've talked with Pete and Snowy, and that's what they told me, that they could feel the European vibe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We all know about King Diamond religion. He's a Satanist. When I saw Mike Wheat sign my copy of the Satanic Bible, I don't know if he is a Satanist, but you sure like the book. Have you ever read the Satanic Bible, and what is your opinion of this one?
I checked a few things in it, but I think I don't really judge people about their belief or so, I think as long as a person is cool, I don't really care if they believe in whatever, if they say they're Satanist or if they're Islam or whatever, I don't really judge people by that,
Mm-hmm.
I judge people by their personality and nothing else,
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
The war start and stuff. If not.
Exactly.
When did you start playing?
Religion kills.
Yeah. Need to have respect for. When did you start playing guitar? What guitar was your first?
I can't really remember, but I think my first guitars, I can't even remember the name of that, but it was something like a Les Paul, kind of Ibanez, kind of Les Paul. But I think I was maybe 14 years old when I got my first Gibson, which was a Gibson Explorer.
Cool.
And after that, I got a Gibson Flying V. So Gibson Flying V is probably the guitar that I kind of started playing with, really.
Not really when you start, but which guitarist would you consider to be an influence at that time?
When I started playing guitar, I don't really know, man.
No?
Because I didn't really listen to guitarists like that. But after a couple of years, when I listened to Randy Rhoads, Michael Schenker, and that kind of stuff, I already played guitar for a couple of years when I started listening to these guys, and they became my favorite guitarists, I guess, Randy Rhoads, maybe Van Halen,
Yeah. And do you like classical guitarists? Like Segovia, Diaz and stuff?
Yeah, I like their stuff, but sometimes it could be a little too much, so I haven't really listened to that kind of guitarist that much, actually.
Which album have you played in loops over and over today or before, or if any, or except those you are working on, you know?
Let's see here. What have I listened to?
It's kind of a hard question, eh?
Yeah. Let's see here. What have I listened to? I've got something here called a Spotify. I don't know if you heard about that over in Canada.
No.
Spotify. It's like a internet kind of thing where you can stream all the music.
Okay, yeah.
It's really nice, and you can put it on like random kind of thing, and it plays whatever you want, like 70s heavy metal, 80s heavy metal kind of thing, and all that, you know. And that's probably the last thing I was listening to, and they played everything from like Rainbow to UFO to old Scorpions, old kind of really cool stuff, you know. So that's probably the last thing I was listening to,
Cool.
like 70s and 80s heavy metal or hard rock, you know.
Yes. Great rock. Yeah, Rainbow.
You should actually check that out. Spotify is called. Spotify.
Well, listening. I will check for this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's like it's for free, you know. And you pay like I think it's like $10 if you pay $10 and you get rid of all the commercials, you know. And it's that's really cool.
That's cool. As I told you before, I saw you live for the very first time with King Diamond in Montreal in 2003. You like touring in Canada, and do you like to tour in state? And where is your favorite place to play at large?
Favorite place to play? I don't really know, man. I mean, I can just say that it's cool to play wherever the fans are really wild and crazy, you know?
Yeah.
That's always cool. And that could be, for example, it could be Spain, or it could be Greece, or it could be somewhere in the States, or even Canada, you know? I mean, got a great audience in Canada. So whenever the fans are, wherever the fans are wild and crazy, it's a cool feeling to play.
Andy, have you worked on the tracks for Merciful Fate, the two pieces that was recorded for the Guitar Hero?
Yeah, I mastered some of the stuff, like 2 songs. I did the mastering for that.
Okay, and when do you think we will be able to actually buy this track?
I don't really know, actually, because I'm not really involved in that, you know. So I have no clue about that, to be honest with you.
You have played a Merciful Fate songs in the past.
Yes.
What is your favorite song of Merciful Fate?
Ooh, I think it's Come to the Sabbath.
Yeah. Great.
I think that's a good song. And Evil and Gypsy, I would think, something like that.
Great pieces, yes. Have you ever played with Hank Sherman?
No.
And
but I produced one of his albums.
You think we could hear a collaboration between you and Hank someday in the future, or?
I mean, we have no plans to do a co-work, but I mean, who knows, you know? You should never say no.
I'm back on the phone with Mr. Andy LaRocque, my very special guest on Metal Invaders. Here a special question from most of all the fans. Do you have any news from King? How is he doing and his back? And
No, he's doing better. His back is slowly, he's slowly recovering from his back injury, So hopefully, we can start writing new songs around New Year's, around Christmas or so, as I said, I already have a few ideas, and stuff, and I'm sure King's got a few ideas in his head too. It's just a matter of him to sit down and start recording some demos and songs and all that. So hopefully we'll be starting writing some new songs around Christmas or so. And
Excellent.
as King said himself when I talked to him last time, hopefully we'll be out on tour next year, next spring or so. If everything goes the way it should go.
Fantastic. I'm sure be there and if you play in Canada, of course.
Yeah, it will be great.
Andy, it was a real honor for me to do this interview today. Is there anything else you would want to add for our listener?
Not at this point, but well, you can say that I'm actually working on something that's going to be Andy LaRocque project in the future.
Excellent.
I still have a few songs, it's going to be fucking heavy.
Yes.
Evil and dark.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. Thank you. You are very patient with all the stuff, and
No problem, man.
I thank you so
Keep
very
in touch then, Sonny.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. You're welcome.
Have a good evening.
Take it easy and see you soon, hopefully.
It was my interview with Mr. Andy LaRocque from King Diamond. Stay tuned for more on RadioFreeSatan.com.